Hi, I'm Sam Brocato. It's great to be with you today. Like many of you, you work in a hair salon. I work in a hair salon. It's what I've done all my life. It's my passion. It's my love. And one of the things that's probably a little different than most of you is that since the early 90s, I've spent probably half of my time working on chemistry, making hair products, making things that when I touch hair, I feel the excitement in the hair, and I look down and I see that excitement in the eyes of my guest. And I know that if I get it right, you get it right with me. And it's been fun, and it's fun to work together like that. What I've worked on recently is reactive chemistry, though. That takes it to a new level, not just shampooing, treatment, and conditioning, but actually working on some of the problems we have in the salon. Changing the hair without damaging the hair. Changing the structure of the hair without it smelling bad when we're doing it. Doing it in a way that's controlled and easy and safe. As a matter of fact, doing it in a way we don't even have to wear gloves. I think I have a treatment. No, I know I have a fabulous new treatment called Curl Interrupted Smoothing System. And the Curl Interrupted Smoothing System really uses 5 key parts, 5 tools. And I'm going to go through each of those tools with you, how they work and what they do. But let me point out an important thing. Any one of the 5 tools can be pulled out and used independently in a salon service. That's what is amazing. The total system, virtually odorless. You put the products on the hair without gloves. It processes quickly. It leaves the hair smooth. It leaves the hair soft and manageable. And it's all done in a reasonable amount of time. And what's really is wonderful, and one of my personal goals, is great value. In other words, something that's not terribly expensive, but the customer loves it. So I'm going to take you through the Curl Interrupted Smoothing System now, and I know we're going to have a great time, and you'll enjoy seeing and experiencing this and putting it right to work in your salon. So this is my model, Sarah. Sarah has unruly, wavy hair. She wanted it to be easier to control in the morning, save times with possibly blow drying or not having to blow dry at all. And part of the system, that's what is so great about it. It takes away that time that you need at home in the bathroom in the morning. So there you see the before and after. She really looks great, and she loved her hair. This is the system itself, a hydrating shampoo and treatment which were custom made and designed by me for this system. The smoothing gel, the Keratin protein spray, and the VibraStraight iron, and followed by the active restorative hair infusion. A great system. Start off with, and begin the consultation, I made sure that I had an application of shampoo on her hair that was thick and rich. I let it sit for a moment, knowing that the ingredients that are in the shampoo will actually go into the hair, because the nature of this new shampoo base gives you the ability to put enormous amounts of oil and conditioners in the hair. I then used the treatment on the hair, which is also infused with some great ingredients. I love the tea seed oil, which is what the sumo wrestlers use to slick their hair back. As you can see here, after shampooing the hair and detangling it, the treatment is actually very thick, very rich. That's to help improve the weight on the hair and intensify the way the treatment actually works, dragging the frizziness and curliness down. Always apply from the ends to the mid shaft and then to the scalp. The reason you do that is because hair is the most damaged or most fragile at the ends, then the middle is a little stronger, and the newest hair is the strongest of all. So always work from the shaft at the end of the hair to the mid shaft up to the scalp, applying the treatment onto the hair. I do the same thing with any product I put on the hair, whether it's treatment, styling, or whatever. So now it's important that you set your timer and set it for 5, even 6 minutes. Timing throughout the system is critical. If you do not follow timing closely, you really won't get the full results. I personally worked and developed this system over the last 2 years and started with the original formula almost 4 years ago. I've done over 35 of these myself, so I know exactly what needs to be done. Timing, rinsing, critical. So you don't even need to use gloves, but that's one of the great things about the system, because it's so gentle on the hair. It doesn't burn and rearrange the bonds of the hair the way a traditional permanent waving or relaxers do. It softens the bonds of the hair, and it's virtually odorless. You can't smell it hardly at all. And you'll see when you start applying it that if you'll start off with hair type very similar to Sarah here, natural hair, that you'll learn to work your way into a much broader array of hair types that you can deal with. But I recommend you start off with just the natural hair, the hair that's actually the easiest. Here you see the 5 sections that I worked with. And always go back, read the directions again, make sure that you study exactly what the system is supposed to do. Because I can't cover everything in this video. I can cover most of it and show you how I actually apply it myself. So here you see I start off in the back, although you want to start where the hair is most resistant, wherever that is. After applying, you'll see I've left the ends out. Critical. Key point, leave the ends out. You don't have to leave this much out, but at least leave the last 1 inch of the hair. That's because hair is most porous on the very ends of the hair, the longer it is. The way the system works is it softens the hair, and because it softens the hair, the ends tend to open up even more if you if you penetrate them with the smoothing gel. So it's not necessary to put it on the ends, so stay away from the ends. Carefully massage the product into the hair, gently pulling it through with your fingers and the brush. Going through carefully, little by little. I went up the back, over to the left side. Now I'm going through the right side. Now Sarah's hair is of a very fine nature. She doesn't have really thick hair, but because of the wave pattern, it makes it look like she had more hair. But she never wears her hair wavy, which I think is a shame in a way, but she wants it smooth. So I blew her hair dry before I started the system on her, or I even recommended it, because I wanted to see how dense her hair would be. Because I knew that I might be able to use some hair color on her hair to make it look even thicker, which is what we'll probably follow with later. But for now, I decided to go for it. The smoothing system's perfect for her hair type. So you see, applying with the gel, combing with a large tooth comb, and taking small sections. Avoiding the hairline. Notice on the right, I'm avoiding the hairline around her face. Not because I think it'll damage necessarily, but that's fragile hair. It's the newest hair around her face. I'm definitely not avoiding it because I'm worried about her skin, because the system itself is so incredibly gentle. There is almost no way you'll have a problem with skin irritations. I'm not saying it's totally impossible, but it's very rare. Notice the way I paint it on. I'm very careful to get it right at the scalp and down the hair shaft. If you could only do one portion of the hair to get smoothness and control over the hair, you'd want to do the first third of the hair from the scalp. So if you have 10 inches of hair, you'd want to get that first 3 or 4 inches of the scalp treated and not even do the rest. And guess what would happen? The hair would collapse. Now here, I'm following the natural pattern of Sarah's hair growth pattern. I don't want to fight her natural growth pattern. All I want to do is calm and smooth the hair so she has a more pleasant experience in the morning styling her hair, and it lasts longer. So I found her natural part, and she had a very strong growth pattern, and I applied first to the side that I was standing at, because that's where my work was, right in front of me, so I went to that spot. Now I'm going to the other side. I'm being very careful to apply the gel from the scalp and pull it out towards the mid shaft. And again, I'm staying away from the ends of the hair. And little by little, now sometimes on thicker hair, you might apply heavily from the scalp to the mid shaft and work it through a little bit like that and go all the way through the head, and then come back again and apply from the scalp to the mid shaft and pull it all the way close to the end, but do not put it on the end. Here you see the gel is completely applied. I'm combing it to blend it all together and making certain that I have a great distribution and coverage. This particular application took about 3 ounces, which is a very small amount of product. And again, she does have relatively fine hair. So during the process, while it's sitting on the hair, 1 minute out of every 5 of the 20 roughly that you put it on hair, up to 30 minutes, comb through the hair again with a fine tooth comb, which is provided in the kit. That gives you a little more clean distribution with the gel. Now here you see the clock again, because I cannot overemphasize the 5-minute rinsing time. I set the clock personally for 7 minutes when I rinse all of my treatments. Here I've had the hair dry, towel dried it, no blow drying has been done. Look how smooth and straight already the hair is. It's already falling without any wave pattern whatsoever. Nothing else has been done to this hair at this juncture except the rinsing off and the shampooing off of the gel. Now I'm taking the protein, which is extremely concentrated keratin protein that has the ability to penetrate into and onto the hair, and I'm starting at the ends of the hair, spraying it quickly and generously on the ends, on the mid shaft, and towards the scalp. Once I sprayed it on, and let me just say here that it's hard to overuse this particular product, the keratin spray. It dries into the hair nicely. You can see I've really applied a lot here. So test your own ability to put how much you want to put. You can use a lot. Concentrate it on the ends, to the mid shaft. Don't worry as much about the scalp. There is a very, very lightweight styling ingredient in this product. So you can actually use this product as a styling product with a lot of protein in it. I'd suggest you use it on the ends of the hair and then to the mid shaft and then to the scalp. I'm laughing because I keep repeating that because it's so critical. You reverse your thinking about how to approach this hair. Now, look at the fluffy smoothness, softness of Sarah's hair at this point. Once I've finished this first blow dry, my goal is to remove 80% of the moisture from the hair at this point. Then what I'm going to do is take the protein spray, the Keratin protein spray that I just used, and I'm going to spray the hair again. I'm going to use about 20 to 30% as much as I did the first time. I'm going to redampen the ends into the mid shaft toward the scalp. And then I'm going to actually blow dry the hair again. The first time I dry it, up to 80% of the moisture is removed and the drying and the protein. The second time I dry it to about 90%. Now here, after I've dried it off to about 90%, I'm starting off with the oscillating iron that vibrates at 7,500 vibrations per minute, which gives the hair the ability to shuffle and spread out more. The penetration of the heat is more even, and you can glide down the hair in such a smooth fashion. This is such an amazing tool, and this tool is critical to the success of how the system works. I'm not saying another flat iron couldn't be used, but this one actually intensifies the way the system ends up looking on the hair. I pass one time for what would be every 2 or 3 passes with a normal flat iron. I use one pass, although on this I use 2 to 3 passes throughout the head. Now you'll notice I'm not taking tiny sections and starting in the nape and spending an hour and a half flattening its hair and straightening its hair. This is not about flattening and straightening, it's about smoothing. So what you want to do is make sure you get an even amount of heat put into the hair using the oscillating iron. At the beginning of your consultation, I highly recommend you get the agreement with the guest that you can do a trim at the end. As a finish, I use this absolutely miraculous new product called the Restorative Hair Infusion. I work it through from the ends to the mid shaft to the scalp, although this can be worked throughout the hair. I know the concentrations of ingredients in here that have been used, and they are phenomenal. This product, the hair just sucks it up. It loves it. It feels fabulous. And in regular blow drying, this product alone can increase and speed up the blow dry. So that's a curl uninterrupted smoothing system complete. Take your time. Take a look at the CD again, study it closely, and make sure you read the instructions. Thanks a lot for listening.